Hello, and welcome to The Panelists, a show that once told me the world was gonna roll me. I'm your host, Molly, the sharpest tool in the shed. And joining me are four strangers to love who know the rules, and so do I. Seated to my left, we have Beej and Jacob. What is your team name?
Team Tuxedo Task.
Because we get shit done.
And we look good doing it.
But you didn't do anything.
Didn't we?
And to my right, we have Corey and Ian. What is your team name?
Team Beef Wellington.
So everybody's looking good and appetizing, and I have good news. Your weird Uncle Euphemio just learned what Groupon is, and so for Christmaka this year, everyone in the family gets corrective surgery. Not LASIK surgery or something useful, God no. These surgeries were discounted for a reason. After some strategic coupon swapping with your cousins, which procedure do you take? Either you will never sweat through your armpits ever again, but that sweat will be redirected through your perineum. Or your flatulence will smell like fresh baby powder. However, your back door can now make formant sounds, so on occasion you might fart random syllables that may even be words sometimes. Team Tuxedo Task.
The devil talks out of my asshole sometimes, and I would like to shut that fucker up.
I kind of feel like no matter what, there's no downside to what's about to happen.
No,
Yeah.
no, and no, hell no. No, definitely not.
So we'll take the baby powder farts.
Wait, the devil talks out of your ass sometimes, and you would trade that for talking out of your ass sometimes.
It's more, I have bowel issues.
Your factory generates a lot of rare substances.
Oh yeah, especially
Or rarefied substances.
incredibly rarefied smells one ought not to smell, especially when I'm stressed or lie or anything. Like, it just goes straight to my gut. So if all of that smells like baby powder, yeah, somebody's going to be able to tell when I'm stressed, but they could also see that from my flop sweat. I'm totally good with that. Now, we cannot control what it says or what could be interpreted by what our butt says. But I think we're okay explaining that so long as it doesn't speak with our actual voice.
Yes, if it's got its own larynx, I guess.
Yes.
I feel better about the fact it's this is my low voice.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. But because it's lower, is it deeper or is it more of like a?
I assume it's like a subwoofer where it's just like a 60 hertz rumble. But now
Whoa.
but now it's like if you were sitting at home and you were watching if you're watching The Lion King, right? And James Earl Jones comes on to start speaking. That kind of deep rumble that kind of resonates in your subwoofer.
Okay.
Would resonate in your subwoofer.
Understood. Team Beef Wellington.
Which dirty patch of skin is the perineum again?
Please clarify, the perineum is up here?
No.
No, the other one?
No, it is, I think medical science refers to it as the grundle.
The fleshy fun bridge.
Taint?
Where God stitched you.
So we sweat extra from there.
Yes.
Not the normal level that already happens in that
It is
area.
well, I'll put it this way. It is the same amount of sweat. It goes to a different station.
The same amount of sweat, but concentrated into a postage stamp size area.
What country are you from where the postage stamps are 3 inches square?
You gotta get the nice ones, the commemorative ones, like Apollo 11, but moistened by my taint.
How are you going to deal with the veritable faucet of sweat coming out of your
Lower drain.
Indeed?
I'm worried about the increase in force as we lower the surface area. I'm wondering if we could even achieve lift?
Ooh, perhaps, maybe not on the planet, but we could be some very, very skilled astronauts. I mean, one of the problems with spacesuit design is the collection of excess fluid, much like the Fremen of Arrakis, Dune Desert Planet. If we can concentrate all of our excretions liquid-wise from a single area.
That's already being used to collect excess waste from our body.
But this will be purified if we can control it, as you were saying, with just a bit of force. We don't want to be rocketing around the inside of a space capsule. That's just dangerous. But just a slight push, little Kegel grip, and suddenly I'm moving towards the dock.
So how would your power be applicable in space?
Before we get to that, what you're proposing is that by the birth of your new power, that you need to be sent to space so you can Super Mario Sunshine your ass around a capsule.
I think that's the best use of our talents. You know, we provide a service now to humanity.
Your scenario belies that a regular non-corrective surgery astronaut in space is propelled just kind of in a circle by their pit sweat.
You sweat from every pore in your body, and that provides a net zero force, keeping you in place.
But it's like putting your thumb on the drink faucet. You're reducing the surface area that the water can come out, so the force has to increase.
Which importantly means that we need to pad the insides of all of our spaceships with an absorbent soft material to cushion the accidental contact, but also absorb the excess moisture.
How do you cool yourself on a hot day?
Personally or normal people?
Just how normal people...
Sweat.
You sweat.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes, that is what I've heard, and what I do as well.
Yeah, evaporative cooling is the way in which your body cools. Like it's how it gets itself into a state of equilibrium again. So, I propose you are out of equilibrium. Your armpits may be dry, but they will be hot and they will be uncomfortable and they will be you'll need like some Gold Bond medicated powder for that.
We're going to be flying. What do you do when you fly? You go like this. Superman taught us that. And that'll keep the armpits plenty cool. The air rushing by them.
Generating lift thanks to all that heat, creating an updraft.
Well, all that pressure trying to come out through their armpits now being forced down through the perineum. Like a dragon engine.
We don't actually fart baby powder, do we?
It'd be so dry. You've got a desiccated large colon.
Yeah, it's purely a scent. It's not.
Okay, thank Christ.
You're not.
Man.
I would say you're farting talcum powder.
Ooh, okay.
I was just thinking it's going to be like a fine brown powder.
Yeah, that would be...
My sigmoid would be like a rock.
Yeah, and underneath these clothes, I'm just a tiny Yeti anyway, so it would just it would look like my ass went gray. Just way too early.
Okay. We all know it's coming, right? Like we know with the ravages of time are going to turn all of our bottom hair to like a
It's Benjamin Franklin's theory. It all drains from the top.
I can't wait to see my pubes go gray. Actually, I think it's going to be very interesting.
I can't wait to see your pubes go gray either.
I'll keep you up to date.
Thank you
I'll
very
start
much.
an Insta.
I truly appreciate that.
You gotta hide that behind a paywall, man.
Is this tied into the number of languages that we can speak?
I would say it's more tied to what monosyllabic words or polysyllabic, who knows, I don't know what your diet is like, that you could interpret.
Se habla español.
Like your butt could go, "K," and you're like, my butt said what? If you speak Spanish.
What do you think the most embarrassing situation would be of butt talking?
How about parental custody meeting? That would be the worst time. Because you'd be like, I would like to keep my child, and then your ass just starts making like
hamburger fart.
Yeah, the worst part is when it like infinite monkeys itself into saying something.
Yep.
Right? But it actually says something very weird for the time, like something about like abdomen tree, and you're like, what the fuck does that mean?
I ate nails for dinner.
It's like, oh, you're not getting your child back, sir.
No, definitely not. No, horseshoe monkey disco cart.
Yeah,
You're like, no.
Your kid is going into protective custody of the state.
Yes, indeed. You'll never see them again. In fact, you never had a child. No.
I was going to ask, what if your ass is racist?
That's not good at all. Oh, man.
That is like having a child that learns new words and you want them to stop and that custody meeting goes completely differently. How'd they learn it? Like, not from watching me. No.
Definitely not.
They were on Twitch. They were watching a lot of streamers.
Oh, man.
That's where they learned that language.
Raised on YouTube.
Oh my God. I could not take it if my butt was like, I need to say wrong things about people. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm already uncomfortable farting. I would be even more uncomfortable farting.
Maybe it'll be a one-time thing. Like, we're not saying that your butt learns language. It just makes phonemes.
Yeah.
So maybe it happens once and it's just like, that's like when you try to you're like sitting at your desk and you try to see, can I make it like reverberate or can I make this come out silently, like depending on what your end goal is for disrupting the classroom?
The one cheek sneak?
Yeah, exactly. You're like, can I do this without causing incident? Or maybe I really want to lean into the wood of this thing and make it this shit
yeah.
slap, you
Yep,
know, like,
yep.
yeah. And I think it's the same thing. It's like, now that I know the position I was sitting in which my butt said that terrible thing about an ethnic group,
Yeah.
I will not sit in that way ever again.
Ever again. Standing desks from here on out. Yes.
You're never going to be able to be free, though. The first time your butt lets slip with something, just something recognizable, all eyes will be on you forever, waiting for that to happen again.
Like when everyone was like, oh, it's Bart Simpson, the I didn't do it kid.
Uh-huh.
And they're all like, say the thing. Except they're all staring at my ass.
And in your case, you're like, my butt did it. It wasn't me.
By the way, you retain the same sphincter control that you had before, so if you have the power to like hold in your fart till the end of the movie, you may fart out a whole paragraph at the end, but
If I had that power.
If I could teach my butt to sing,
if I could teach my butt to sing, perfect surgery.
I'd start with The Lion Sleeps Tonight, because I always wanted accompaniment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my butthole, my noisy butthole.
The lion speaks tonight.
Oh, sorry. Man,
Perfect.
who sang it, sprang it.
Gonna miss the sounds of their beautiful buttholes.
In space, no one can hear your ass.
So the good news is in space, no one can hear their ass. And I have further good news. You have been hired to redesign the official mascot for a Japanese prefecture. Your creation must entice visitors as a symbolic representation of what makes this place special. It will have to look good printed onto souvenir socks, and souvenir cookies, and stationery, and hand towels. You get the idea. Anyhow, would you rather design the mascot for Sleepy Tokushima, a small prefecture on the east coast of Shikoku, whose main industry is agriculture, or Lively Oita, a mountainous prefecture known for its abundance of natural hot springs? Space Wellington.
Hot springs.
Fuck.
So this is the extant mascot.
Oh yeah, this doesn't make any sense.
They wish to have a new mascot.
Oh, that's strong.
That's already really good, though.
I love it and want to protect it, but it has no business advertising our prefecture.
I have an idea.
Oh, good.
Japan loves pro wrestling.
Yeah, they do. You're right. Yes, they do.
We designed the new mascot. And that's the title match.
It has to retire.
It has to retire this one.
Right.
And you always, in pro wrestling, you always go out on your back,
Yep.
passing the torch in a major event. We could have we could even have a PR lead up to like on social media and
make a
things
feud
like that.
happen.
Make a feud happen out of it, and then they go out on their back. I'm gonna till that soil. Lots of good catchphrases and things like that. Japanese puns. Yeah, we're good. Yo, Dad, we're good.
Cory, this is lovely. I love it. It's perfect, but it is all wrong. We must change this whole makeover.
You don't like the little flower bouquet or the little headband? What's your problem?
The headband is fine, but it is not. This does not say to me hot spring. We need to completely change this up. Now, what's the number one thing that you think of when it comes to hot springs?
Emoji.
Perfect. We'll start there.
So this fella is Meijiran, a Japanese white-eye, a type of bird native to Oita. And in this corner, we have Sudachi-kun, who is a sudachi, a rare type of citrus that grows in this region.
Oh.
If there's one thing I know about Japanese mascots, they are multi-purpose. And outside of hot springs, I don't know anything about Oita.
I'm glad you asked. I have a sheet of other Oita facts. Oita is also known for dried shiitake mushrooms, for its most famous hot spring, which I'm not going to attempt to pronounce. Jacob,
Yes.
that second bullet point there.
Chimuike Jigoku.
Chinuike Jugoku, a famous hot spring whose red water gives it the name Bloody Hell Pond, because there's iron ore in there. It's also the birthplace of chicken karage and the Beppuhikokan Sex Museum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Houses an impressive collection of pornographic woodblock prints and a super inappropriate exhibit about Snow White.
We'll need to plan our next trip.
Yeah.
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 Well then,
God, I'd love to go to Japan with you.
yeah.
Holy crap, that'd be a good time.
Well, we should include them as well. We're gonna have to go see their new mascot at some point, I think.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
We will get a completely different side of Japan traveling with Ian.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Tell us about Tokushima.
Please.
I'm glad you asked. Tokushima is best known for sweet potatoes grown in special sandy soil, a sour kind of citrus fruit called the sudachi. And it is the birthplace of the indigo dye process in the 10th century. And it is also known for the peeing boy of Iya Gorge, which is a small statue that represents courage, which stands at the edge of a cliff 200 meters tall and is only accessible by hiking up a mountain.
What if it was peeing?
The new one?
Yes. What if it was peeing sudachi juice into just everyone's mouths?
Yeah. I mean, that's the finishing move. That's the pro wrestling finishing move. Because you get that crazy ass shit in Japan. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So what did they look like? Obviously they have to be indigo color.
Yeah, they have to wear some sort of like indigo outfit. Like maybe like a Canadian tuxedo. That's maybe a little too far. Not like fully jean jacket and everything else.
Oh my God. How about like a kimono but made out of denim?
Yeah.
So it's like the blending of the old and the new.
Exactly. So
Yes.
indigo dyed denim kimono.
Yes.
They come out in.
Yep.
Strip that to trunks and knee pads.
Perfect.
And like the trunks have a weird pattern on them that draws your attention to where he's going to pee from.
Yes.
It has built-in bladders full of sudachi juice. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
So whenever he hits the ground, they spuss out some sudachi juice onto the ring.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Sweet potato scepter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet potato scepter. Oh, whose name is Sweet Sandy. It has long been the companion and the guide for our new mascot, whose name is Indiegogo.
Indiegogo. That's pretty good.
Indiegogo. And the scepter, because it's Japan, came from space to be a fairy spirit guide to lead us into the future of tourism.
And when the ref is not looking, Indiegogo uses his great friend to beat the shit out of Sudachi-kun.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Excellent. Yes.
What have you got?
This, tear it all down. Let us begin with the canvas of our mind. Corey, you said emoji is what you think of when you think hot spring.
Yeah, the universal symbol for hot spring is the circular with the squiggly waves.
Squiggly waves, okay.
Yeah.
Where are we going with that? What's that starting with?
I feel that's just a strong branding element. Could be on a satchel full of pornographic woodblock prints
Perfect.
that they distribute to the children.
So number 2 thing I think of when I think hot springs, milk. So why not just make him, like, people like tall people too, right?
Yeah, people love tall people.
Why not like a miniature milk bottle like that, but blown up to human size with some big friendly eyes and a face on it?
But we should incorporate elements from the most famous hot spring. So, such as like boiling eggs, maybe some of that red water.
Okay, so some red water and some tamago, some onsen tamago, some hot spring eggs inside. Okay,
And some dried shiitake just floating around in the mix.
like a chawanmushi like a cold chawanmushi you'd knock back after being in the hot springs.
Exactly.
Perfect.
What is a chawanmushi?
I'm glad you asked that because normally it's something you don't drink after you get out of the hot spring, but it is delicious. It's a custardy, egg, savory custard full of little bits, full of tiny treasures that you find. Usually they're things like shiitake mushrooms, but chicken karaage would be perfect for the inside of a post hot spring chawanmushi.
I think that hits all of our notes.
He's your tall friend who wants to be inside you.
And if you don't want him inside of you, he'll give you some wood blocks just to smooth things over.
Or heat things up.
Oh, that's a good element. Heating things up in both directions.
They did bring up a good point. They have, because mascots have like a good base, simple shape. You know, minimalism is important. Yeah. So what's a good base form?
I was just thinking it's going to be like it's a super deformed cross between Crayon Shin-chan and Blue Man Group.
That is awesome. That is fantastic.
When you think about it, it's kind of like just a bald Crayon Shin-chan that's just like blue, just blue. And he's got that kimono half open so you can see his trunks where he's going to pee out of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Green trunks probably.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's got to be like the sudachi. It's got to have the green.
Yeah, absolutely, because agriculture.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, that symbolizes the agriculture.
Yeah, you gotta put branding on your juice box.
Exactly. That's the name of the finishing move, by the way. The juice box.
The juice box. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Mm. No, God, you can't say Jesus. God doesn't live here.
No.
Does your mascot have a name yet?
I think I just came with one. miruku.
Ah!
Because he's milk and he's mirukuraculous.
It's excellent.
Ah, that is real good.
There's going to be washcloths, like yukata, whatever you want will be branded with Miraculous in that like baseball font.
It's going to be a cafe that serves red chawanmushi.
Big shiitake mushroom is like his baseball bat.
And once an hour, a big, soft Miraculous will come out and do his little dance for everyone. And he'll allow you to take a sip from his top.
Question, is a t-shirt cannon involved?
Now,
But it shoots mushrooms.
Great.
shiitake mushrooms right out his top. You got to get in there with the little pin to get the cardboard top off first, and then he can just blast out.
Let fly.
There's got to be more that we can wring out of this.
There has to be.
Like, it's a sleepy little prefecture.
Yep.
Maybe,
Tourism fund?
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
And we could crowdsource it, actually. That'd be the way to do it, is you get everybody in town to, or just not even that. Maybe just not getting everyone to put into the fund. You put it out there to everybody. You put the mascot out there.
Yep.
You advertise it on a website. You get people to come to the website, like indiegogo.co.jp or something.
Yeah,
like
probably like that. Yeah.
And then people can give money so that they can bolster the tourism fund and get people to Indiegogo to Tokushima.
There you go. Absolutely. And there could be like different rewards and things like that as well. Yeah, this sounds like a completely original and solid idea.
No one has ever done this before.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. We're fucking geniuses.
We're innovators and
damn
pioneers.
right we are.
We've got his cafe. We've got the hot springs. I think we need an attraction for the kids too. So I think what we do is we put our milk friend to sleep. And all the children can line up and try to give it love's first kiss to awaken Miruku-kun. Like the 7 dwarves.
You first.
Thank you, sir. What?
We are promoting the pornographic Snow White exhibit.
Perhaps, though, your target demographic for this might be aged up a little bit.
Horny teenagers trying to bring the mascot back from...
You know what? That...
That's hard to get out there, too. You know what would
You
help?
don't want to say hard to get out there. You don't want to say hard to get
It
out
would
there.
help the declining birth rate. It would get more people interested in...
That brings up a good point.
How?
Miraku could be a fertility god in the region,
Milk does help.
promoting the act.
Eggs, iron.
Doing a body good.
If you know what I mean.
Our guy's just a pro wrestler. Theirs is the avatar of fuck.
Yours does bodies bad.
Ooh, is it a heel?
Oh, I mean, I think it kind of has to be.
And then goes to return maybe later.
Oh yeah, I mean after it takes on the mantle, I think in the narrative, once boop, Sudachi-kun, like they have that after match like sign of respect, and that's the turn into I've taken on this mantle. Now I will, make sure that I take care of my prefecture and everything like that.
The Sudachi juice becomes sweet in the mouths of the people of the prefecture.
Yes, indeed. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see how a creature that pisses sour orange juice into people's mouths could be anything but a heel.
Well, maybe it's starting off, the juice isn't free to begin with until the turn.
Or cannot, like is pee shy. And it is the end of this and Sudachi-kun passing on that ability to Indiegogo that gives them the ability to pee into the mouths of the prefecture. It's sweet, sweet tourism juice.
Like Tinkerbell. Clap your hands if you want the pee.
Thank Christ. Oh my God. I thought we were going to talk about Tinkerbell peeing into somebody's mouth.
That's a different
It was really a
episode.
coin toss, wasn't it?
What would that taste like?
Sprinkles.
Yeah.
I answered that way too fast.
So, so I think so I think what we've concluded is there was never a panel more qualified to decide what Japanese tourists want and need. I would like to award unto each of you a no expenses paid trip to each other's prefectures. I would like to thank Corey and Ian and Jacob and Beej for talking. I would like to thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. This has been The Panelists. He's also apparently the best friend of Kumamon, who is a different mascot, not in this building right now.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Kumamon's
Kumamon.
excellent.
Well, good, we don't have to redesign him today.